Yeah, I open the window to clean up my air, so clean up my room air, so and close the window. No.
Perfect. Well, then we have some air circulation there. And now we're live. So if there's any noises out there, let us know. So welcome to class. Happy pre-Valentine's Day. Can I say that? I think I wore this last year because I remember it's like the only kind of pink thing I have. So happy Valentine's Day, a day early. We'll be talking about some interesting facts and kind of superstitions as well. Last year, I know I talked about the history. So, Ken, what I want to ask you first is, do you remember anything about the history?
Yes, actually, I learned in different English.
Oh, you already knew that before last year.
Yes.
That's true. Okay.
Yes, so I know that, but should I say that or?
Yeah, I mean, because hopefully there are people who didn't see us last year and that they can learn. So, yes.
And it's originally from current Turkey area, and Saint Valentine, gave them the
Can you see? Oh, sorry, you disappeared for a little bit. I don't know if it's my internet or yours, but anything after St. Valentine's, I didn't hear.
Okay, so starting over.
You're good now. Yes.
In old Turkey, and Saint Valentine, a man called Saint Valentine, gave them a gift to poor people on this day. I forgot the
on this day?
On this day, yes. That's the origin of St. Valentine's Day.
Okay.
I learned as far as I remember.
Yes, and there are many theories, and we really don't truly know which one is the correct one. The one I spoke about last year, and actually it's mentioned in today's class, is about the Christian Martyr, St. Valentine, and that during the war, he would marry soldiers to women because he believed in love. But how do you say this? The people in the military or the people in charge of the soldiers said, no. Marriage, love, all of that makes the soldiers weak. So it was prohibited. They said, absolutely not. Soldiers cannot get married. But St. Valentine's married people. So because of that, he was sent to jail. And supposedly there, he sent a letter because he was, I don't know if he died there. He must have died there. But he sent a letter to his significant other that was signed with, like, from your Valentine. So that's where the phrase kind of came from.
That's a sad story. Oh my gosh.
It is, yeah. I mean, marrying people and then it's illegal basically, so it's kind of stupid. But back in the day, human rights and civil rights didn't exist as much as today. So good. All right. So my next question for you is, today is all about information, facts. So what kind of information do you know about Valentine's Day? Colors, flowers, anything? Candy?
Here definitely chocolate. Very Japanese Valentine's Day was imported from the West maybe several decades ago. And since maybe chocolate shop imported this custom, and then it became popular. So Valentine's Day gift is chocolate is the most common, and then only the woman can give the present to men.
That's something different.
White. 9 months later, it's called white day. Yes. So it's not only for the true lovers, but also colleagues, friends, or such kind of. They women give the kind of cheap chocolate for them. It's called obligation chocolate. Obligation. It's almost like obligation, so it's obligation chocolate.
That's strange. Okay, I don't think you mentioned that last year.
And chocolate who gives to true lover is called, how can I translate in English? Maybe true love chocolate or something.
Okay. If you're going to tell me in Japanese, I'm not going to know. So best you translate. Yes. Thank you. Okay. Good. So yeah, you have your traditions over there as well. And yes, chocolate is, let me ask you, what is the most famous chocolate producing country?
Belgium.
Really?
No? I don't know.
Well, Belgium is one. There's actually another country, Switzerland, which is also known for their chocolate.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You didn't know that? So, yes.
I only eat chocolate only.
Well, that way, that's fine. That's fine.
Imported chocolate here is expensive, maybe. Yeah. Top brand chocolate is imported too, so.
I'm sure. So the question of the day is, do you know where chocolate originated?
I think it's cacao is, the Caribbean Ocean, from Caribbean Ocean, or I think so, Caribbean Ocean.
Okay.
And so maybe they used the cacao in different reasons, but maybe people who colonized this area bring back the cacao and mixed up with something sugar and something milk or something, and they made chocolate. That's my guess.
Okay, so who colonized them?
I think England.
You think England? Can I tell you the correct information?
Okay.
Okay, so Christopher Columbus went to go find India, didn't he? But he ran into
Yeah. I thought so too.
Did he go to Cuba or something? I can't remember which country he went to. He went to Central America, and from there, they brought back chocolate. So they brought chocolate back, what, in the 1500s to Europe, and then it kind of developed from there. And yes, they used it differently. They called it cacahuatl. I think it's either Mayan or Aztec. I'm gonna say Mayan, but it could be Aztec. But that was the word that they used for it. And yes, I think from what I remember is that they used to make it into like a drink, not hot chocolate or hot cocoa like we think of today, but they would use like the raw, is it seeds? I don't even know what, from the cocoa plant, or the cacao plant, sorry. They would like grind it up, and then they would put it in probably water, I would guess, and then they would drink it, and they would be used for energy.
I see. It's almost like a kind of medicine.
Sure, yeah. I mean, I kind of think of it as like an energy drink. Just not with as much sugar, because I don't think they had sugar. Or I don't know. Sugar was imported from somewhere else probably, but it took many years for hot chocolate to become what it is today. But as far as I remember, yeah, that's the origin. So that's it. And so cacao plants always are kind of developed around the equator. So you won't find them in other altitudes or parts of the world. So yeah, Central America. Cool. Good. So our little history about chocolate today. Surprise. You never know what's going to happen in English class. So other things about Valentine's Day. What else? What's typical?
Typical is, chocolate, special chocolate selling section is available in a shopping mall or something, and they promote the chocolate. Okay, in general, yeah.
I have that sitting here all the time.
Love, yes.
Yes, the heart is a symbol of Valentine's Day.
Exactly.
Okay. Do you know anything about the colors?
Maybe usually heart is such kind of red, pinkish red color.
Red, pink. Yeah, this is kind of like a weird pink color. But anyway, yeah, red is the most popular, and then pink is another one. And white is also pretty common. So, all right, perfect. Well, good start for today, but we have a lot more information and more specific as well. So let's see how fast my computer wants to work today. Because, like I said, it's going very slow. Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day. Oh, no. I need to move this. It's in the middle, and I don't want it to be in the middle of this. Sorry. Someone's inviting me to a group on Facebook, and I think I know who it is, but I get all of these notifications of everyone. So, sorry. I'm a little distracted at the moment. So, okay, Valentine's Day, share, and we're ready to go now. Okay, so Valentine's Day. All right. Oh, okay, I need to leave this group because everyone is talking and I don't know who this is or what it is. And all I hear is and I don't. And I can't concentrate at all. Notifications? No.
Yeah. Yeah, my head too. So
you hear it too?
Yeah, because of that problem. So yeah, and I couldn't. I forgot some words of English. English. So anyway.
Okay. Well, you're fine for now. Okay, I think I need to just read this. No, I need to just get out of this group.
It's okay.
Because nothing's working. Silence, video, audio. What is going on? Abandoned group. Abandoned. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to spread the love, but I don't understand this group. Okay. Wow, that was crazy. Okay, so there are many theories about Valentine's Day. So let's take a look. So not just theories. I mean, Ken, you said you have your theory about turkey. About St. Valentine as well, and that he gave gifts. I talked about him being a Christian martyr. But there's also, I should have put like theories, fun facts, and superstitions about Valentine's Day. So let's take a look. All right. So I'm gonna move this. Oh boy, why did a single woman? I saved that yesterday. I found that mistake yesterday. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, so Ken, could you please read this paragraph?
Okay. Birds are very important for this day. An old wives' tale says that a single woman who spots a bird on Valentine's Day will discover what kind of husband they will find.
Okay. So I had never heard of this. I had no idea that birds were so important as for Valentine's Day. So this was new information for me. And when I was reading this, I thought, wow, that's kind of crazy. So first I want to ask, do you understand what an old wives' tale is?
Maybe tales about wives in old time.
Okay, that's not a bad guess. I think, I mean, could you think of a synonym?
Old story.
Okay, that's actually pretty good. It's old tale.
Old belief.
Old belief, good, yes. T-A-L-E. Tale means story, okay? So that's true. I would say a legend, like, basically like an old story. Yeah. But legend was the word I was thinking of. So, all right. And this verb spots. What could a synonym be for that word?
Who spots a bird on Valentine? That woman spots the bird, which means, or it happened coincidentally.
Exactly. When someone, in this case a woman, sees a bird unintentionally, unexpectedly, or something like that. Okay? So when you see something very quick, basically. Okay?
I see.
Very good. So now there's two here. So a robin. So I couldn't put pictures on here because it's illegal. So copyright rules. So if you want to look up this type of bird, robin, for example, you can look that up in your Google something. And actually, robin is the state bird of Wisconsin. Each state has a state bird, a state animal, a state tree, a state plant, I think. I don't know. But robin actually is the state bird for Wisconsin. So, so basically, if you see a robin, your husband will be a sailor or a crime fighter. Can you imagine? This is crazy. A sparrow means that your husband will be poor, so hopefully you don't see that. A goldfinch is your husband will be a millionaire. A bluebird, you will marry someone who is happy. Now that's kind of interesting because the rest of these are basically professions, jobs, and things like that. But hey, that's fine. A dove, your soul mate or your mate for life. I've added soul here, and that's why we'll ignore that because it would be one word anyway. So soulmate for life would be a dove, and the owl means that you're going to remain single, so no men. Okay. A blackbird means that you're going to marry a clergyman. Crossbill, which I had no idea what it was, you're going to marry someone who argues. So hopefully you don't get that either. And if you see a squirrel, which isn't a bird, I don't know why that's in the same category, but they should have like animals. Like anyway, you're going to marry a cheapskate. Now, cheapskate is a wonderful word that we have in English, and I'd love for you to guess what this means if you can.
Cheapskate. Maybe playboy or something.
Maybe what?
Skate is, the ice skate is sliding. So, playboy.
Okay. No. I definitely no, actually not. It's actually the other word here that we want to focus on, cheap. Someone who doesn't like to spend a lot of money. Basically, the idea is that if you see a squirrel, your husband will take all of your money because he doesn't want to spend his own or something like that. That was the whole old wives' tale. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So that's the first kind of fact of today. Birds. Oh, yes. This is pretty interesting. So we all know the famous, I don't know if you do, the famous saying, he loves me not. He loves me not. He loves me. Do you know when you have like a flower in your hand? I think it's a daisy, that white flower with the yellow in the middle.
Yes.
People take that and they kind of, he loves me not. He loves me not. And so the last one is really what the answer is. Okay.
Right.
I have done this in the past, not for my current husband, but when I was younger and believed in this. So could you read this and I'll move down when needed?
Okay. There is a similar saying for this day, but with an apple. If a woman thinks of five or six different men who could be potential husbands, she must twist the stem of the apple, and when it breaks, the name she says is the man for her.
Okay, so it's the same idea, but with an apple, and you twist. You just, continue to twist, and you say the names, and it's the same idea. I had never heard of this in my life, and that's why I wanted to have it in today's class, because it was so crazy. An apple? Really? Later on, we'll see something else with an apple as well. But first, the question of the day is, who is Cupid's mother?
Wow. Angel.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a good idea. I was shocked. I didn't know this either, so that's why I put it in here like this. Cupid does have a mother, and that mother is Venus, the goddess of love.
Yeah, the Greek myth. Okay.
So not
Got
really
it.
an angel, but hey, goddess, angel, you can, they're similar, let's say. But I thought that was crazy. I had no idea that Cupid even had a mother, or that Venus had a son named Cupid. I guess I didn't realize that. So,
But it's logical. Venus is a god of love, so Cupid is that,
yeah, I suppose. I don't know. I didn't put, I did, it never, I didn't know.
Okay.
I just thought Cupid was invented, honestly. I just thought Cupid was someone who was invented for Valentine's Day to shoot, the love arrow, and bring lovers together forever. Yeah, so some good information today. Moving on, you can see another heart. Okay, so Ken, could you read this information for us?
Red roses are attributed to Venus as they were her favorite type of flower.
Okay, so that's why red roses are basically famous on Valentine's Day, and it's because of Venus.
Okay.
So it was just basically her favorite flower, and that was it. All right. Oh, yes. And so now the tradition says that if a boyfriend gives red roses to his girlfriend, he loves her, that he's in love with her. So you do have to be careful of what you're saying with the flowers you buy, because all the flowers, I think, have meanings.
Oh, yeah, same here. Not all right, but yeah, many flower has the meaning, this kind of meaning. Maybe from the West and some of in the Japan or somewhere from China or something.
Yeah, no, I'm sure. Okay, good. So moving on, I'm just trying to think. I don't know what's. Oh, yes. This one was funny. Okay, could you read this for us?
It is said that if you find a glove on Valentine's Day, the person who has the other glove is meant for you.
So basically, if you find a random glove on the ground, which happens, the owner of that glove is the person for you.
Wow.
So be careful in the streets, Ken. Don't pick up any gloves. Isn't that strange?
Yeah, I've never heard of that, this glove thing. And it used to be used to drop the glove so oftenly in the past. I don't know. Wait, if it because of it is rare, this how can I say miss?
Miss?
Legend, not miss. Legend is made probably.
I just don't know. I just don't know.
Maybe.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know where they got this. Maybe it happened one time and then it, whatever. So anyway, moving on. We'll go past another, hopefully faster. Well, come on, computer. I think I need to restart my computer or run something because it's so slow. I can't believe how slow this is right now. It wasn't this slow earlier. Good thing I have beautiful pictures of hearts. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Kind
so
of,
back to
it could how can I say, update of Windows might be happening. If that's happening, computer became very slow.
Yeah, no, something happened yesterday. I don't know, whatever. So yes.
Okay.
All right. So back to the apple. I said the apple would come up again in our class today. Well, here it is. So why don't you read this?
Okay. If you cut open an apple, the amount of seeds inside will be the amount of children you will have.
What do you think of that?
That's why current number of kids is reducing. I think
No one eats apples anymore.
seeds in apple is reducing too, actually. So because it's easier to eat, probably. So yeah, that's my guess.
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. So, I thought this is interesting. I didn't realize that apples were such an important part of Valentine's Day. I really didn't. So, I'll have to find something really creative for next year. Oh, this is so funny. Okay, so similar to birds, food has a special meaning on this day as well. Did you know that? That food.
Valentine's Day, food for love.
Apart from chocolate. I mean, chocolate is common. I don't know why, but yes.
Okay. A part of chocolate. Tiramisu.
Tiramisu is chocolate and coffee together.
It's sweet, right?
No. Tiramisu is like, I love chocolate and I love coffee and I do not like tiramisu.
I mean, this Valentine's Day food is it sweet or food, ordinary food?
No, it's normal food. Let's take a look, Ken. Don't look anything up. It's okay. Wow. Yeah.
Ramen noodle can work. Valentine's Day.
No. Wow. Okay, read this, please. Read and then we'll talk about this.
Okay. Date in ramen noodle. So
ramen noodles is included.
Okay. And noodle. Okay, noodle, long life, but you have to eat the whole noodle, linguine, without breaking it.
Okay, so linguine is that long traditional idea of pasta. Okay, it's that long pasta. Okay. Okay, good. What's next?
Cabbage, luck and fortune.
I have no idea why.
Because it has a lot of peel.
A what?
Not peel. Skin. A lot of skin. You can peel a lot of skin.
Well, cabbage is like all layers until the core.
Lay. Okay, lay. A lot of lay. Yes. Like
yeah. Skin is used for other things, but I mean, I understood what you were saying, but yeah, I don't know because it never ends. Maybe.
Yes.
Okay.
Pomegranate. Fertility and abundance. What is this? Pomegranate.
Pomegranates is a type of fruit. It's called granada in Spanish. It looks kind of like a lemon, but it's orange inside. From what I understand.
Grapefruits, right? No, grapefruits look like lemon.
No.
Okay, maybe I don't know these fruits. Yeah, probably.
Now I'm trying to think of what the word is in Spanish because I think my mind is taking over. My Spanish is taking over my mind. Now you said grapefruit, and I can't think of it in Spanish. Grapefruit, pomelo. Oh, well, that's what I was thinking of. Of course. I don't know. I don't eat fruit. I'm allergic to fruit, so I don't eat this. Okay. So I don't know my fruits very well. That sounds terrible. Anyway, yes. So supposedly by eating these foods, the noodles, cabbage, and pomegranates, fertility and abundance, which probably represents many children. I would, it's probably a good thing I don't eat pomegranates.
I got it now. It is a very common fruit. It's not so tasty, but yeah. Okay, I got it.
I think it's sour. Ugh. Okay. All right, moving on. We have another beautiful heart picture. Oh, yes. And so now to the flowers and their meaning. So flowers, as we said, have their own meaning, but the color of the flowers is also very important. So why don't you read what I have here, okay?
Okay. Flowers also have their special meanings. Red, love and passion. Pink, sweetness and grace. White, purity. Yellow, friendship.
Hold on, there's at least one more. Yep.
Orange, desire.
Okay. So I was talking to someone today with Thomas's other company. He was he's German, and he was talking about Valentine's Day, and he said, "No, my wife is getting flowers." I said, "Oh, well, what kind of flowers?" And he said, "Roses." And I said, "Okay." And I said, "Well, what color?" And he's like, "I think yellow's nice." And I'm like, "Wait a second. I don't think your wife wants yellow roses because that represents friendship." And I said, "You might want to go for the red or orange." Because I'm sure white, as I know they have children, would not fit perfectly. And sweetness and grace, this is more, I think, of little girls. You know, they're sweet, they're innocent, that kind of thing. So I told them to get red or orange roses. That's my little flowers story from today. I just couldn't. That was so funny. But anyway, so do you think flowers mean the same thing in Japan or not?
So
The colors.
since I explained, chocolate is the main things in Japan, but people maybe those who kind of for true lover, maybe sometimes man gave her a significant other important person to more than the chocolate, maybe flower or ring, or maybe could be, but chocolate is the main thing here actually. I don't know why, but yeah. So not so many people know this kind of thing, I think.
Interesting. Well, that's fine. I mean, really, at the end of the day, is it really important? I mean, I think years ago we actually had a class about superstitions, but in different countries, and I'm trying to think where this was. If it was in Russia, Ukraine, Serbia, something like that. That there's a big difference if you get an even amount of flowers or uneven. And I can't remember which one was for which situation, but one represented like if someone died, you would give them the even or uneven flowers. And if you loved someone, then you would give them the even or uneven amount of flowers. So, in that case, it would be very important. As far as numbers of flowers in the United States, normally you do 1 to represent, or you do 12, which is quite normal. And that's it. Normally in between, you really don't get, unless, let's say, for example, you've been together for 3 years, maybe you'll get 3 flowers or something like that. But typically, they're 12 roses or 12 flowers or a bouquet of different types of flowers.
I see.
So,
only for the lovers too, right? Only for the lovers.
I think
not for the friend or
no. I mean,
colleagues. Okay.
Not really. That day, for example, when I was in high school, it was more common to give flowers. And I remember they gave out carnations one year. And then you could basically have them delivered to the special person and either put your name or not. And in that case, it could be like a secret admirer situation where you don't know who sent the flowers. Or you could just send them to your friends. So back in high school, it was a little bit different and more open. But today, I mean, I'm trying to talk about the most specific and old-fashioned, I guess, ways. Of course, nowadays things change. And yes, I mean, friends get friends flowers for birthdays or whatever. And so it's not as strict as it used to be. So, but these are the kind of the traditional ideas. Good. Well, we have more to look at. So if we continue down, oh yes. So this is the one I was talking about before, about the Christian Martyr. So why don't you read this just to read it, okay? Even though I talked about it.
Okay. The most popular theory of Valentine's Day is about the Christian Martyr that married soldiers during the war and weakened the soldiers, so it was banned. Saint Valentine is said to have written a letter to his loved one and signed it Romeo Valentine, which has now become famous.
And that's the phrase of like kind of your secret admirer as well, someone who likes you but you don't know. So question, yes?
Anonymous, so anonymously, no.
Yeah, anonymously.
Oh, see.
That's what it means in today's world, or at least when I was growing up. I don't know if it's changed since then. Okay. All right. Well, if we continue on here. Oh, yes. This was quite interesting. So if you don't celebrate Valentine's Day because you are single, you can celebrate Singles Awareness Day or SAD. And obviously, I think this has a funny double meaning of sad, which means not happy. So it's kind of, they play with that, and that's fine too. I mean, if you don't have a significant other, you can go out with friends or do nothing. So yeah, there's some information at the very end here that's related. I'm going to read this, but I'm not going to pronounce this name because I think it's going to be impossible, and I don't want to offend. So in Finland, their celebration is called this, which translates to Friends Day. Do you want to try and pronounce it or not? Should we just leave that alone?
I've talked with Finnish people, but I don't know. I don't know Finnish, so I can't.
Let me see if I can put it in the translator here, and maybe it can pronounce it for us. It does have some like double dots over the N. I'm sorry, over the N, no, over the A's. IVA, wow. Uh-oh, and now it asks if I want it to translate from the other language that it's not. That's what I wanted to say. Valentine's Day. Okay, one moment. I'm going to have them pronounce it in Finnish.
Ystävänpäivä. Ystävänpäivä. Ystävänpäivä.
Okay?
Okay.
So yeah, in Finnish, that's what Valentine's Day means. Cool.
I see, Friends Day, which means could be people give chocolates to friends too.
Exactly. Okay. Yeah, kind of. It's the same idea, but it's obviously everyone is included then, not only those who are in a relationship.
That's right.
So yeah, I kind of like this. But honestly, because Valentine's Day is so not important, but it's so February 14th, Valentine's Day. It's like December 25th, Christmas. You think of a specific date, and it's just a specific day. So for me, I would prefer if it were a different day as far as the Friends Day, But anyway, it doesn't matter what I think. So moving on, another beautiful heart, and oh yes. Do you want to read this, please?
Okay. In the Victorian era, it was considered bad luck to sign a Valentine's Day card, Secret Admirer.
So this Secret Admirer part is my question of maybe this is where the Secret Admirer came from? Because if they didn't sign a Valentine's Day card, then what? I mean, why not? So that was my question. So yeah, I don't know. I guess it was something
Victorian era, kind of this kind of thing, harshly, almost forbidden kind of. That's why I think. Very strict time, about this kind of thing. That's Victorian era.
Well, you're probably right. Good. Thank you for your opinion. Oh, yes. This one. This was quite interesting as well. You can go ahead and read this, please.
Okay. The idiom to wear your heart on your sleeve comes from the Middle Ages when men and women would pick a name from a bowl and pin it to their sleeve for a week for everyone to see. To wear your heart on your sleeve. Oh, really? Wow, it's embarrassing.
Well, I don't know. I mean, why? Who? Where did they come from? Are these people who are just single? Are they in the same town? I mean, I really have I don't know more history about this, but I thought it was really interesting because to wear your heart on your sleeve kind of has the representation, in my opinion, to kind of be open, be transparent, be, tell people what you think and stuff like that. So I don't know. I just thought it was it was just interesting. And so I wanted to add that as idioms.
Nowadays, couple. Yeah. Nowadays, it was not so fashionable nowadays, but in 70s, in that time period, couple, wear the exact same T-shirt and jeans, and they walk down the street together to show their
twins.
No, to show off their couple.
Oh.
I mean, lovers, usually lovers, not married couple, but yeah, that's
okay.
That was fashionable in 70s, yeah, in Japan.
Do you know? I'm sorry. I read an article. I think I'm 99% sure it was a Japanese couple who have been together for like ever, and they always wear coordinating outfits, not exactly the same, but maybe they both wear like striped shirts, black or white striped shirts for the day, or something like that. I thought that was so funny. I wonder if my husband would do that one day with me.
So yeah. Maybe still maybe such trend still exists probably in Japan. Yes.
Okay, good. All right. Well, moving on, we have just a few more minutes left, and we've got a couple more interesting facts to look at. So let's read this next one, okay?
Okay. The common sign for kiss is an X. This is said to be invented in the medieval times because people couldn't write their names.
I thought that was quite interesting. I guess someone asked me the other day, what does XOXO represent? And does the X represent a kiss? And I thought, I guess I don't really know. I suppose if you hug someone, you put your arms around them, in which forms a circle. So, sure. So I thought this was kind of an interesting fact to take a look at. I think, well, we're coming to the end, definitely. So actually, we have these last two. So about 3% of pet owners will buy their pets a Valentine's gift. I will not be one of those 3%. And 15% of women send themselves flowers on Valentine's Day. And I'm wondering if those women are single or what. But I thought that was an interesting fact as well. So they were saying, like, I read something else that I think a lot of roses are grown in California, but for Valentine's Day, they import the roses from, I don't know if it's Central or South America. And they also said 50% of roses for Valentine's Day are sold like the 6 days before or something, or 3 days before, something like that. Not a lot of time before. I don't know. It just, there were a lot of different facts and just kind of silly things. And I think one said, like, this year in the United States, I don't know if it was in the United States or worldwide, but that they expected Valentine's Day gifts and flowers and chocolates to bring in like 11.7 billion, maybe, or something like that. It was like a ridiculous amount of money. Maybe it was million. It was probably million, honestly. I should have written it down, but I obviously didn't. So yeah, so these are just kind of fun things. And yeah, so the last thing I have is just this heart, and I'll have to just make it smaller because we can't see it. Here. Kind of. Still a bit too big, but that's okay. So yeah, okay, I thought we had more facts to get through, so that's good. Well, yeah, so that's it. So what did you think?
Interesting, because I learned a new fact or new legend about Valentine's Day or custom too. And, yeah.
No, I think it's just interesting because I mean, we for me, for example, I celebrate Valentine's Day. I've always celebrated Valentine's Day, and so to learn more and more about the history and why this is like this, and you know, things happen for a reason. The idiom that we saw about wearing your heart on your sleeve, they come from something, so it has to be, you know, maybe not true necessarily, but the expression is from something, from some kind of history. So.
What are the common gift or popular gift in America or Spain on Valentine's Day?
Spain is like 50-50. I mean, a lot of people are like, a lot of younger people will celebrate just like Halloween because they have been importing holidays from the United States. So Halloween is still new. St. Patrick's Day is still new. You know, kind of our typical celebrations because of the movies and such. And so Valentine's Day is more younger couples. It's not really the older generation. And then, so gifts here would be the typical flowers.
Flowers
and chocolate, yeah. In the United States, it's the same. My gift came from my husband today, and you will see me with a new watch next time.
Oh, nice.
I have to synchronize it, and I'm not good at that. So my husband's going to do that later. But I opened it. It's beautiful. It looks wonderful, and I'm very excited to have it. So, yep, Amazon delivered it today. So I should say Amazon. You should buy it from Amazon, but so yeah, so that's it. Okay, good. Okay, so we're at the end of the class. Let's take a look June of next class. Okay. Oh yes. So on Monday we'll be talking about possessive nouns. All right. So we've got some things to work on there. So kind of more basic grammar stuff. And then on Wednesday we'll be doing a conversation about core values at work. Okay. And what kind of things can help still motivate you. We're still at the beginning of the year, so we want to keep that motivation, do our best so you can accomplish your goals this year. So, Ken, thanks for joining. I had such a great time learning these, rereading these facts with you because I already learned them the other day. So, great. Well, have a great day, great weekend, and I'll talk to you on Monday, okay?
Okay, have a nice day and have a happy Valentine's Day.
You too.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.